Good morning, Year 7. So we've reached our last video of this term, and I hope our last video full stop. I certainly hope that in September we'll be back in school. But I thought we would finish with something fairly straightforward. We've been working through handling data, looking at different sorts of charts and graphs, and also looking at averages. There's a few things we haven't done. We haven't done pie charts. I was aware that perhaps not everyone was equipped with Compass and Protractor, so that's certainly something we'll need to fill in Year 8. But we've done some good work on scatter diagrams, and the final graph we're going to talk about today is called a time series graph. And a time series graph, as the name suggests, plots how something changes over time. In some ways it's similar to a scatter diagram, but in other ways it's very different. So I've got here some genuine data. All right, so this isn't made up, this is genuine data. It's about the average daytime temperatures in two cities, London, obviously, in our country, and Bangkok, the other side of the world. So average daytime temperature is, in January, they took the temperature at midday every day in January and found the mean, added them up, divided by how many days there are in January. And then they did the same for February and March, etc. And they've done the same for Bangkok. And we've got that data for every month of the year. So we're going to display this data on a time series graph. I've attached the data to the homework as well. So here are my axes for my time series graph. So let's get the data out as well. So there's my data. So obviously the months, January through to December, there are 12 of those. So what I did was I've labelled my bottom axis month, and I drew a line 11 centimetres long. Why only 11? Why not 12? Well, if we have January at the start, then you only need 11 months after that. So, and I'm going to be lazy and write J, F, M, A, etc. Note that it's not a bar chart, so I'm not labelling the space. I'm very definitely labelling the line, and I've got nice clear tick marks, which I would encourage you to do as well. Up the side, I've put average temperature, nice clear label there, average temperature. Now, when I looked at the data, the lowest was 4 and the highest was 30. So I've scaled my axes from 0 all the way up to 30 degrees, and I've started. I'm going to let you finish that. I did a 15 centimetre line. You may choose to do it differently. That's absolutely fine. We've got two different places, London and Bangkok, so we're going to use either two different colours or two different symbols. I'm going to use a red cross for London, and I'm going to use a blue cross for Bangkok. And I've put a key there, which is really important, isn't it? So you can choose how you're going to do it. If you haven't got colours, do a cross and a dot or something like that. So let's start off with London then. So London, average temperature in January and February is 4 degrees. So January, go up to 4, February, go up to 4, and March, the average temperature goes up to 6 degrees. So that's there. And I join those points dot to dot. So this is unlike a scatter diagram, where, remember, with the scatter diagram, we didn't join the points dot to dot. We drew a line of best fit. But with a time series graph, I join all the points for London dot to dot. And then in a different colour, I'm going to do Bangkok with a different line. And so hopefully you'll be able to carry on the London line and draw the Bangkok line. And then the question is, it's quite an easy graph to draw. The question is, what differences do you see? And Bangkok's obviously a lot hotter, but it's interesting that there are some other differences which you may note, and it would be interesting if you felt able to write a couple of sentences alongside your graph to describe those differences, and then if you wanted to attach that to class charts along with a picture of your graph, that would be fantastic, and that would be the last work that I saw from you this term. I have to say, having not taught Year 7 during this year, it's been a real pleasure setting you work, and and also seeing the work that you've been submitting. Well done to those of you who've kept up with it. I know it is tricky sometimes, or it has been tricky to maintain your motivation. But yeah, I do wish you a relaxing summer break. And for those of you who I have, been helping and exchanging emails with, but I've never actually met before, it'd be nice if in September you were able to come up and introduce yourselves to me. It would be lovely to meet you in real life. And I certainly hope that the next time I speak to all of you, it will be face to face in a classroom rather than on YouTube. Take care.